Good evening, everybody. Thank you for coming. We'll just give everyone a couple more minutes to join the meeting, and then we'll make a start. Okay, Mr. Griffiths, is everybody in the meeting now?
Yeah, we're all in, Mr. Longdon.
Thank you. Thank you all for attending tonight. Could I just ask that all microphones and cameras are turned off? I am recording this presentation. We have had a couple of apologies from some parents who can't make it tonight, so I said I record it for them. The purpose of this meeting tonight is just to give you an update on the summer examinations going ahead in May and June this year. There's been a lot of discussion and news articles over the last few days, and some differences between the Wales and England and how the examinations are going to look. So I'm going to run you through some of the key informations in Wales that apply to our exams for the summer, and then take you through a couple of pointers that can help towards the end on the WJEC website, how you can support your children for the summer. And then at the end, we'll have an opportunity for any questions. So first of all, attendance. Attendance really does matter. It's been disrupted, but now we know that we're in school. You know, there's been studies that are showing getting up over 95% attendance, you have more chance of getting those 5 A star to C grades, okay, than pupils who are below 85% attendance not achieving the 5 A star to C. Obviously, with COVID, and if pupils have been hit by COVID, if you look at it over the whole year, then this won't significantly impact their attendance over the whole year, and they can still achieve that above 95%. So being in school now is really, really important. In Wales now, Qualification Wales have confirmed it is planning to hold exams in the summer. So over the last 2 years, as most of you are aware, especially if you're in year 12 and year 13, you would have gone through this process where centre determined grades were given by each school. Now the aim is for the summer examinations to go ahead. Year 10 have already sat an external exam of English literature in the gym under exam conditions with external invigilators. So exams already have gone ahead, and the plan is for the summer exam timetable to go ahead as planned. The intention from Qualification Wales and the WJEC is to adjust the grade boundaries to reflect the disruption that's happened to learning over the past kind of 2.5 years. So they've acknowledged that there has been disruption. So one of the ways that they are going to do it is by adjusting the grade boundaries. What those grade boundaries will exactly be will be for the WJEC to determine, and obviously we won't know them until the results come out in August. They've also had adaptations to the specifications to reflect this disruption. So in certain subjects, some areas such as a coursework has been taken out, or maybe a whole unit has been taken out, so the pupils do not need to cover that in order to make up for the disruption in the learning. In other qualifications, it might be that certain topics or topic areas have been reduced or taken out in order to reflect this disruption as well. So adaptations have been made in Wales, and they have been made from the start in September. So those specifications were changed early on. In the news, I knew there was a lot of talk about in England, they're going to give topic lists. I think they've established they're going to be on Monday. In Wales, this is not going to be the case because they've adapted the specifications. They are not going to give out topic lists, but I'll show you what they have given out on the WJEC website later on, and you can access that yourselves as well. Some key dates moving forward. So the written examination period is Monday the 16th of May until Wednesday the 29th of June. Now it's a little bit longer than usual because on the examination timetable, they've got a contingency planning week, that last week, for the WJEC to use how they see fit, depending if exams are disrupted at all. So the written examination window runs from the 16th of May up until Wednesday, the 29th of June. Coursework and external oral assessments and some of the science practicals are currently being completed as we speak. So they are going ahead now, and coursework needs to be marked and moderated and sent off to be externally moderated by the WJEC. So that is what a lot of the learners are working on now. Also, in some subjects such as Welsh, there will be external oral exams that will occur in April. And also there will be some science practical exams along with other courses. I know that the PE have their external moderation coming up as well, and construction do. The results days will be for the AS and A level Thursday the 18th of August, and the GCSE results day is Thursday the 25th of August. All pupils sitting exams will have a provisional timetable given out to them before half term. So this will come home from our examinations officer, Mrs. Young, with a letter to yourselves, and this will be the provisional. This is just to double check that they have every exam on there they're expecting to sit in the summer, and they're not entered for any exams that they're not expecting to sit. When you have these timetables, what you will notice is if they are sitting two exams, for example, mathematics has paper 1 and paper 2, what the WJEC have done is they've mapped it out so that their exams are 10 days apart. So that in the instance, if a pupil does test positive for COVID in the exam and has to miss paper 1, they will be out of their isolation period in time in order to sit paper 2. So the WJEC will have then one paper and base the grade upon that paper. Pupils will receive their final timetable in April, and they'll also have their seating plan on that as well. As part of our examination preparation, we are going to run mock examination period between the 7th and the 18th. Again, we're going to be using the same exam halls as they will do in the summer. So that will be the gymnasium and our examination room in the school. And when we have put these mock examinations together, we have tried to mirror some of the days of the summer exam window, because pupils will be having 2 exams on one day. And what we try to do is we try to put those exams on the same day so that they can prepare revising for 2 exams on the same day. So that when they have this will be shared with yourselves and the pupils next week. So they'll have time to revise over half term, and then when they come back, all staff will place topic lists and for the revision on class charts next week, and all pupils will be encouraged to take their books home to revise over half term in preparation for this. Now I just would like to take you through the WJEC website. So on here, this is the home page for the WJEC, and they released this 2 days ago. Summer 2022 advanced information is now available. This is all the WJEC further information. Now, for a lot of our pupils, okay, we do not complete computer science, we do ICT, okay. We do not do the food and nutrition, we do the hospitality. So a lot of this courses we don't actually do. But what it has done here, so if I click on the physical education one, is what it says is in preparation for the examination paper in the summer, teachers and pupils are still expected to cover the full content of examination, and they can still be tested on anything on that specification. However, they've given key areas to focus revision for some of the areas for more of the extended writing questions. So these will be the areas to focus on revision. However, other areas will still be questioned and focused on. If I just go back, that can be found on the home page, okay, where it says advanced information now available for yourselves to look at. Under the same, on the tabs on the left-hand side, you've got Learner Guide Adaptations 2022. So you have an AS and A-level adaptation booklet on the left and a GCSE adaptation booklet on the right. And this just gives a brief summary of every subject, okay, what has been kind of removed, okay, and how the specification has changed for each of the subjects. If obviously the pupils are unsure, this would have all been explained to pupils in the lesson. If they're unsure, all they need to do is just ask their teacher, or they can come and see me. Also on the WJEC website, on the home page, there's a student support tab on the top right. When you click on this, it's got multiple tabs on the left-hand side. One of the tabs has got revision tips here, and it's very good information, okay? Tips for pupils on how to prepare and different websites that they can use to help. Information about maybe what they can eat, best enhance their revision and preparation for exams, sleep patterns, revision techniques, okay? How to get started into revision, okay? Well-being and exercise to keep everyone focused during their revision. So if I just click on tips to get revising, okay, it will take you through lots of different ways on how to kind of get into revising and the best ways to revise. And then at the bottom, it's got some useful downloads. So you can download these, okay? So one of them is a revision timetable to map out the time. So maybe over half term, can practice building up to the mock exams on the 7th of March. How are the pupils going to map out their time and fit in their revision? Take a break is really, really important, but how are they going to map out their time? It's also got some flashcard templates, so where they can put a question and the answer, and these can all be downloaded and printed off. And also some keyword tick lists, so they can get the keywords and all the tick off or go tally up how many times they practice going over those keywords. Little bit of repetition. Also on this left-hand side, underneath, you've got the past papers. So in here, if you type in any of the subjects that your child is completing, it will come up with the GCSE and A-level courses. And if you just click on the course, it takes you straight to the past papers. And in here then, you can click on the 2019, and it will give you the mark scheme for 2019, and it will give you the past paper. And these are really, really good way of revising and getting used to answering the questions. So the pupils can either do the questions and bring them in for the teachers to look at, or they can then do the questions and check themselves using the mark scheme, okay, what they got and areas that they need to improve on. Also on the left-hand side, down the bottom, is a real useful tab. It's revision resources. Now, this has been created again by the WJEC, and there's lots of really, really good things on here. So they got these knowledge organizers. They got them all listed here. So if we go into mathematics, okay, and we look at the statistics, different files in here. So if you look at if your child's been doing averages or cumulative frequency diagrams, you click on that, and it's basically cumulative frequency. So that topic on a page, they call it. Okay, so everything they need to know, all the key information. For all the subjects, it's just scan through and pick the subjects that are relevant to your child. Also under revision resources then is they have some blended learning resources. So for example, in biology, if we go on the GCSE and we wanted to look at DNA, so one of the topics they might have been studying recently was DNA. Apologies. And then you go to open the resource. It's almost like mini little lessons that the WJEC have produced. So what they can do is you click on begin for the DNA. It tells you a little bit about what you want to get out of this lesson. So they want to look at the structure and the function of DNA, okay, base pairing and triplet code. Then, as you work, it's more or less a PowerPoint as you work your way through. There's a little video about the DNA, and it will talk you through all the key aspects. It'll give some pictures and some diagrams. Then at the bottom, then there'll be some questions that the pupils can have a go at, check their answers, and then move on to the next section. Again, a video, some diagrams, some key information, and they got some download files on this one, which are some past paper questions. So this one, they got a past paper question, which is from summer 2015, question 6. We go back to the revision resources then on the home page. You've got these exam walkthroughs, and again, these are really, really good. So if we go down to the chemistry GCSE, they click on the chemistry. If you look at the double award and do the foundation tier. Now, what tier the pupils will be sitting will be on their exam timetable, whether they're sitting higher or foundation. So if we click on one of the PowerPoints, and download it, it should come up now. And what this does, this is done from the WJEC examiners. And what they have done is they've talked over a past paper. Once this loads, I'll be able to show you. Okay, so you can see this little voice icon on the right-hand side. They've also got the text underneath about what they're saying. Okay, so it tells you all about the paper, how to fill in the front cover. what to look for, what to expect, what areas do you need to fill in, stuff like using a black pen. Then it goes on to question 1. So if we just play this one, and you'll hear now that it will talk you through question 1.
Question 1. Crude oil is separated into simpler mixtures called fractions, which contain hydrocarbon compounds with boiling points in a similar range. Part A. Table lists the properties of some fractions obtained from crude oil. Use the information in the table. Describe how the burning of the fractions depends upon the size of the molecules. 2 marks are available. Notice that both of the last 2 comments are relevant to this part question. Likewise.
Okay, so if you those on there, they tell you exactly what they're looking for. So when it talked about burning, it was looking at the last 2 columns. So it's telling the pupils what they're looking for and what they should be looking for each question. So it'll talk them through each of the questions. Again, if we just go back to the home page, all that can be found in the top right-hand corner by the student support. This link here to this student support page will all be on our website under parent care information, exam information, and there'll be a link for exam on the right hand side. I know a lot of pupils now are on Instagram. The WJEC has a real good Instagram page, so any updates, you get instant updates of anything that's happening if they follow the Instagram page, and it's specifically, parents can follow it as well, but it's WJEC for students. So all the key information, if there's anything that's updated or any new information, they'll put it straight on their Instagram as well. So thank you for listening, and if there's any questions anyone has,